Okay, I'm hoping and praying you guys can see me well because I'm using my back camera since my front camera's still messed up. But I promise the next time I go to a mall, I will actually get my screen protector fixed because it's kind of annoying at this point because every time I try to record with my front camera, it's like cracked and there's like light prisms on the screen. So this video, it's actually Thursday morning right now. It's like, what? I actually don't have the time here. I think it's like 9 or 10 or something in the morning, and I have to post this at 5:30. But I was like, I didn't do anything this week. All I did was, oh my god, I'm actually getting really hot in here. My sister's doing school at our house, so I'm in the car so I can talk to you guys. But anyway, I didn't do anything this week. I'll tell you what I was gonna do. I was gonna do a closet clean out because I got a ton of new clothes and I have actually no room to put it in. It's all of my clothes right now is in like garbage bags and backpack because I have no room to fill it in my closet. So I was gonna do like a closet clean out, like take everything out that I'm not wearing anymore so I can fit in the new clothes. But then we went to my aunt's house last minute and we stayed there for 3 days. So we were there from Monday till yesterday. And so I didn't have anything to film there because I was just at my aunt's house and I was just like watching. Well, I was watching the Hunger Games movie. I'll talk about that later though. But I was just watching the Hunger Games movies and I was like, I'm not doing anything, so I didn't vlog. So I was like, maybe I'll just not post a video this week, you know? It's fine, it's just a week. But every month I've been missing at least 1 or 2 videos, and I just missed like 2 uploads in March because of my school. And so I was like, oh my god, you guys, it's hot. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna miss another upload. I'm gonna make something. And so that's what this video is. So basically, I'm just gonna see how long I can yap for before I get tired and you guys get tired. So we'll see how this goes. But I do have some things I like have on my mind to talk about. Not like anything serious, don't worry. So if you want to watch this video like while you're getting ready, like as a little like podcast type vibe, or if you want to watch this while you're like supposed to be doing your homework, that's fine. If you want to watch this in a car, like while you're driving, just like, because you don't really have to see what I'm doing, you know? Like it's just, you know, we're just talking today. But I woke up and so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually record something today. So then I got a coffee at Dunkin'. I'll probably put the little video I took there at Dunkin' while over this me talking. But so yeah, I got this coffee and I had an observation that I like Dunkin' because it's cheap, because like, you know, as someone who loves little sweet treats, having a cheap sweet treat is more, you know, it's better for the bank. I don't really their coffee's like so mid to me. Like I get there's probably like people out there who are really big Dunkin' enthusiasts, so like let me know if you are, but I don't know, I just feel like I used to really like vibe with their coffee. Like I really liked their coffee before, and then it kind of got to a point where I was like, I don't know if I really like their coffee that much anymore. But I think it's because I kind of started liking coffee more, and Dunkin', I feel like they have good, like their additives are good. Like they have really good vanilla and really good caramel, but their actual coffee isn't that tasty, you know? And like look how white this is. Like this is a large latte. Like I should have more coffee in this, but it's all milk. And so I don't know. And I don't think it's their fault either. I think it's just like the coffee that they use to make the brew is just not strong coffee. Whereas I feel like other places have like stronger like actual coffee. So like even if they don't use like that much coffee, it's still tasty. Like I used to get their cold brew and their cold brew just tasted like water. Like the coffee isn't that strong there. So I don't know. I feel like if you don't like coffee that much, Dunkin' is a great choice because their drinks taste like a dessert. Like it's just like a little dessert, you know? Like this, very sweet treat, you know? If you want an actual coffee, I would recommend going somewhere else. So maybe if you're not from the US and like decide to visit and you're like, I want to see what the hype is about. That's just what I'm suggesting. Like Dunkin', or if you're from like the West Coast, or I guess they have coffee in the Dunkin' in the West Coast. They don't have Dunkin' in Seattle though, so that's why when I found out, like when I came to Florida and they had Dunkin', I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So then I started getting Dunkin' like every day. But now that the hype's worn off, I can see Dunkin' for what it truly is. Dunkin' does have really good, like their little refreshers are good. I don't know if they just came out, but I had one the other day and it was very tasty, very fresh, not very strong, like all of their other drinks. But yeah, that's that. And then what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, so the other day my mom and I went to pick my dad up from the airport, and as you guys know, I have a very like immense fear of birds, and I don't know why. Well, I do think I have an idea of why I'm scared of birds, but I just have like this very big fear. I think I've talked about this before, but I have a fear of it like poking my eye. Like that's the fear. It's not like of the bird. It's more of like anything that has a beak and has wings that can poke my eye, I'm scared of. Because when I was growing up, we had chickens, and so I remember I was the one who had to take care of the chickens. I had to go and like change out their like, I don't know, their hay or whatever it is, and I had to like get them food, fill up their water, and get the eggs. And they were like mean. Like chickens are mean. I don't know if you have an idea that like maybe chickens are nice animals, like if you haven't ever had chickens and you just like see them like running around. Like they're not even cute. Like I don't know why people have like a thing with chickens, but I don't like chickens. They're very scary. They would anytime, and I think also the fact that I was like going in there and taking their eggs and like messing with their food and like coming in with food and water, like I think they just like pounced on me every time. Like they either just didn't like me or loved me a lot when I was bringing them food. But like every time I would go in the coop, they would like run after me, and at that point I already had a little bit of a fear of birds. But then I think the chickens made it like 100 times worse, because also we had two roosters, and I think we were only supposed to have one because one of our roosters was like nearly killing the other one. We had to kill the other rooster because he was like he was getting beat up by the other rooster, and so we killed that rooster. But even then, our rooster was mean. Like he was mean to the chickens. Like he was not nice to the chickens. They were all really mean to me, and so that freaked me out a lot because they would fly at me. So then I started getting scared of chickens, and then after that, like every other animal that has a beak and like can fly at me, I started getting scared of. I thought they were gonna poke my eye out. I thought they were gonna scratch me up. Like I don't know what it is. I've never actually had an experience of anything beaking my eye ever, but like pecking at my eye. But it's just like the fear is there, and I can't escape it. Like it every time I see a bird, I like kind of freak out if it's close to me. If I see a bird like out, like the fear is like I can see a bird out and about, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. If it comes within like, I don't know, maybe like a 5-foot radius of me, that's when the freaking out starts, especially if it's flying. If it's flying, it's over. I will scream, I will duck. I'm freaking out. But anyways, all this to say that the other day, my mom and I were picking my dad up from the airport. I wonder how long I've been talking for, but I'm scared to check. But I guess I'm just gonna keep going until I can't anymore. But the other day, I was walking, I was going to the airport with my mom, and I was in the car, I was getting the GPS, and I kid you not, this small bird, it was like this big, and it was blue, and it was like, it sat on the rear view mirror and was like looking straight at me. And at that point I was like, what is going on? Like, this is creepy. And then I kid you not, it gets up and starts beaking at the window, and it was like pecking the window, and I was like freaking out. I started screaming. I was like going like this. Well, you can't really see me because I get out of frame, but I was like going like that. And I was like, ah! I was like screaming, and it was like, it kept pecking at the window, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? So I was like hitting the window to like see if it would go away, and it wasn't going away. It was just going back to the rear view mirror and then coming back and pecking at the window. And the window wasn't open or anything, but I was still freaked out. And so I was like, I need to get out of here. So I just put the car in reverse and like got out of here, and then like it flew away. But that was a very surreal experience. I'd never actually experienced a bird that like incessantly pecking at a window before. Usually they'll like fly at a window and then like either die or like get like knocked out and fly away. But this bird, he was intentionally pecking at my window. My mom was like, it's just because he knows you're scared of it and just like trying to like taunt you. And I was like, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. That was that experience. What other things have happened that I could talk about? Oh, right, the Hunger Games. So every time the Hunger Games movies are on Netflix, I watch them. Like, it's just my thing. So I remember I was actually telling someone about this the other day, how I feel like I watched and like was exposed to the Hunger Games way younger than I should have been, because I was in 4th grade, I read all of the books. And I don't know how old you are in 4th grade. I think you're like maybe 8 or 9, maybe in 4th grade. But in 4th grade, I read all the books. And then, so basically what happened was, so the Hunger Games came out, right? And so I didn't watch it in theaters. And I think it played on the TV once, because we used to have DirecTV, so it would play like, you know how movies will like play on the TV? Whatever. We don't have cable anymore, so I don't really know how cable works. When we used to have DirecTV, that's how it was, like it would just play sometimes. And so I recorded it once and I was like, I want to watch this movie. This looks interesting. And this was also like peak dystopian era, like The Hunger Games, there was Divergent, there was Maze Runner, like all of those really good dystopian movies were coming out at that time. But I think Hunger Games was the first one that I actually watched. And so I watched The Hunger Games sometime between Hunger Games and Catching Fire. And so I watched Hunger Games and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is so good. I really love the movie. And so after that, we had some friends and they had the whole set of, they had the Hunger Games, the Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. They had all the books. And so they gave the books to me and I was like, I'm gonna read this before Catching Fire comes out. Like, I've always been someone who wants to read the books before watching the movies. So I read all of the books, and then Catching Fire came out and I watched Catching Fires in theaters. When the Mockingjay came out, I watched that in theaters. Mockingjay Part 2, I also watched that in theaters. So I think I've been in the Hunger Games vibe for a long time, and I always loved the Hunger Games. Like, it's still to this day like one of my favorite movies, or like favorite series, I guess, because I really like all of them. I think my favorite would have to be Catching Fire, just because I like Mockingjay because it's more of like the, you know, that whole vibe of like the revolution and all of that. But I really like the parts where they're in the arena, like during the games. And the first Hunger Games is also really good. I also really like that one, but I think I like the second one a little bit more just because it's of like the whole clock thing. Like, I like that arena more. In the first one, it was just kind of like a basic arena. And I think also in the second movie, we know more, so it's kind of like, you're more like invested into the actual movie. And also, what's his face is in that one, Sam Claflin or whatever his name is. He plays Finnick. He's perfection. So I really like it because of him. What else? But yeah, and so now that The Ballad and Songbirds and Snakes came out, I haven't seen it yet, and I'm so upset. But it's because I want to read the books first, and I haven't had a chance. I actually did have a chance to go and buy it. Remember that video that I went to Barnes & Noble and I forgot about the stupid book? I could have bought it that day, but I forgot about it. I didn't remember to buy it. So next time I go to a Barnes & Noble, I have to buy this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And then I want to also reread the Hunger Games series because I read it in 4th grade, which was like, I don't know how many years ago that was. Probably at least 10. It was that bird. That was the bird that was beaking at me, the blue one. Wait, I actually have to show you guys. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh my God, it flew away. Oh no, it didn't. It's up there. Can you see that bird right there? Wait, maybe that bird right there. It was that exact bird. He was beaking at my window. I can't believe it was literally that bird. It was blue. It was that blue bird. That was, so now you know I'm not lying. I was actually being so real. Oh, I hope I put the camera back right. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh, and also, Stanley Tucci, I don't know how to say his name. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering it. But I've just realized he's been in like every movie that I love. Like Devil Wears Prada, he's in that one. Hunger Games, he's in those movies. Like, I think there's also other ones. This one with something about a dance. It's the one with Richard Gere and what's her face? Jennifer Lopez. It's that movie. I forgot what it's called. But he's like sad at his job or whatever, and he starts taking like dance lessons, and Jennifer Lopez is like his instructor or whatever. It's a really good movie. It's cute. But he's in that movie too, and I was like, oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? He's in all of like the movies that I love. I can't believe the bird is still there. I'm like freaking out right now. What if it comes back? Then I actually do hope it comes back, because then you guys will see how incessantly it keeps pecking at my window. I actually feel like I've talked enough. It's been 15 minutes and I'm still yapping. That's how you know. Wow. The fact that I walked into this car having no clue what I was going to talk about and have now had 15 minutes just me yapping nonstop, it really shows you what my brain looks like. Like, it just gives you a little peek into my brain, you know? How does one, you know? And also, oh my gosh, okay, so in the I was thinking when I was watching the movie, because I'm watching right now, I'm on Mockingjay Part 1, I'm almost done with it. I'm probably gonna finish Mockingjay Part 2 today. But in Part 1, there's that one scene where Finnick has to like just talk like during the broadcast so that like everyone can go. Oh, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but also like it's been out for like, I don't know, 10 years, so spoilers are bound. It's time to get the movie spoiled. But anyways, the Finnick has to like be yapping for like a long time so that they can go in and like rescue all of the tributes. And I was like, man, I would have been so good at that job, because I feel like I can just really yap like nonstop for that long, and no one would suspect a thing. Like, they'd all just be like, wow, what is she talking about? Like, what is going on inside her brain, you know? I wanted to do that trend when they had the like, what is going on inside her brain? A little bit of, you know, that one? that was on TikTok a few years ago. I feel like I would have been good at that trend, except I didn't really record anything about my life back then. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about now. I guess the yapping's over. Yap fest is done. I think the bird really freaked me out. Flew away and I don't know where it went. Oh, one more thing. You know how squirrels are just like rats, but like they're in the rat family, but they're just like furry and like whatever. So why is it that the cute and fuzzy rats, I'm like, okay, you're cute, but then the hairless, gross rats, I'm like, ugh, you're disgusting, get away from me, you're gross and stinky, you know? You should keep that in mind, and I think that that's deep. What is that? Is that a chicken? Walking around with me in the street wherever I went. How do they survive? Like, what are they eating? Are they just eating like leftovers? Do people feed them? Where are they getting their water? Are they going to a farm at night and then walking around during the day, or do they just survive out there? Where are they laying their eggs? Life's big questions, am I right? Those clouds are hauling, like they're going fast. Did you guys see the eclipse the other day? Oh, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get the glasses though, so I just used my sunglasses, and we have tinted windows, so I was like looking at it like through the inside of like the window with my sunglasses, and I was able to see. Well, in Florida where I was, I don't know if it was different in other places, but in Florida where I was, it like went like, okay, so imagine this is the sun. It did like this. It went like this. It didn't like go up here. It went like sideways next to it, you know, like this whole part here was still like exposed. So the outside looked like it was just like evening time for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And then like the sun started coming back or whatever. And then it was just like a normal day again. So that says much of the eclipses like I actually saw, but I was very excited for it. I actually posted, so, oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about my like semi-viral video. I posted a video. Maybe I'll screen record and like show and like put it on the screen for you guys to see. But I posted a video of me crying because the other day I had a dream, and in this dream I was a mother. And then when I woke up, what happened was I had this dream that I had this. I'll explain to you guys the dream, because like I feel like if I explained it on TikTok, no one would actually want to see that. But basically the dream was I was at the mall with my mom, and this little baby boy not a baby boy. He was like, I want to say he was like around 2. You know, like when they're walking, but like they don't really know how to walk. Yeah, so they kind of like stumble around when they walk. It was like a baby around that age. So I want to say like 1 to 2. He runs up to me and like grabs my leg. And then I like was like, whose baby is this? So I picked him up and I was like, whose baby is this? And I was like asking people around, and they were like, I don't know whose baby that is. Like, it's not my baby, whatever. So I was like, Mom, like what's going on? Like, whose baby is this? And my mom was like, Nicole, like let's just take him to like the security people. Like they'll find his parents. And I was like, Mom, I'm not going to be able to like leave this baby here and just walk away, like not knowing if it's going to be okay. And my mom was like, okay, fine. Like we can wait here. So I waited for hours asking people around like whose baby this was. And during this, the baby, like he laid his head down on my shoulders and was like sleeping on my shoulder. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, like he's so cute, whatever. Like I started caring about him. And so so I got a message on my phone, and it was from his mom. I don't know how she got my number. Okay, this is a dream. Please remember that this is not real life. This is fiction. But I got a text on my phone, and it was like, oh, I see that like you found the baby. His name is Christian. Like I have to go away and I can't take him with me. So like just make sure he's taken care of. Like if you don't want him, that's fine. But like find someone who will take good care of him. And I was like, Mom, like we have to take this baby with us. My mom was like, we can't have a baby right now. Like we can't afford a baby right now. And I was like, Mom, like if you won't take care of the baby, then I will. So I went to the store. I like bought him a crib. I bought him clothes. I would like change his diaper. I'd give him food. Like I was really taking care of him. Like I was fully his mom. And I started taking care of him. I would like read to him at night. Like I was really like, he was my baby, and his name was Christian. Oh, and the mom also told me his name was Christian. I don't know if whatever, but his name was Christian. And so for like this whole dream, in reality, the dream was probably like 5 minutes long, but in my head, it was like it was weeks of like me taking care of this kid. And then all of a sudden I woke up and I was like confused. I was like, where's my baby? Like I was like so confused because it felt so real. Like it felt very genuinely like I had that baby with me. And so I woke up and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, that was a dream. But I was so like in the moment when I woke up and I was like, that was just a dream. Like my heart shattered because I was like, it felt so real. I really felt like I was this kid's mom. And so I called my mom. I was in my room and I was like, Mom. And my mom comes running in and I like tell her my dream. And while I'm telling her the dream, I start sobbing. Like I'm bawling my eyes out telling her the dream. I was like, and I miss my baby. Like, where's my baby? Like I was so confused. I wish I could explain to you guys how real the dream felt, because it really felt like I had that baby. And my mom started crying. Like it was a whole thing. And then I told my dad and he thought I was crazy. And so then I was like, so during this I recorded a video of me being like, oh my gosh, I like woke up and I miss my baby now, because I was very like uncontrollably sobbing. Like I could not express like what I was feeling very well. And so I made the video and I was like, I kept it on my phone and I was like, that's cute. And then I kept going on with my day. And then later I was like, went to rewatch the video and I was like, this is so funny. Like I thought it was hilarious because I was like, I don't know if I already played the video, but like you can very visibly see that I was very distraught. I just woke up from a dream and I was a mom in my dream and now I woke up and I missed my baby. I'm 18 for context, so I'm definitely not a mom, but I miss my baby. His name was Christian and he was so cute. I feel so stupid. And so I was like, I'm gonna post this because like this is kind of funny. Like I feel like people would like it. I don't know, maybe it'll get to 1 million. If it does, that would be hilarious. How my first video to ever get 1 million views is a video of me sobbing my eyes out over a fake baby I created in my brain, literally in my subconscious. I had a baby and then woke up and was crying about it. So anyways, that's that. I'm gonna end the video here, but thank you for watching my endless ranting and yapping, and I hope you had a good time getting ready to this or whatever you're doing while you're watching, or at least honestly you might be on the toilet. Like who knows, I watch videos on the toilet, I'll admit. Like I'm one of those kids. I actually, oh my gosh, I can't talk anymore. I actually have to outro the video, but I had a thought regarding that, but I'll save it for another video. Remind me to talk about it in another video. But anyways, maybe I'll do a little yap fest every once in a while like I did today, because this was actually kind of fun, just kind of like talking for no reason, for no rhyme or reason. That was fun. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next week if I post next week, which I'm gonna try to actually post every week now, because I've been doing better in school now. I finished everything I needed to finish to graduate. Now I just need to like finish my last quarter, but it's only 4 classes in all of them except for 1 class is an elective class. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and thank you so much for watching. Mwah! Let me give you a kiss because I forgot to do one in the last video. Mwah! Bye.